Alright, what's up, y'all? Y'all know who this is. This is Elliot the Unstoppable back at it again. All those who don't know, this is Lionel, aka Elliot the Unstoppable back at it again. Please excuse the heat. I swear, every time I make these videos, the heat wanna go off. But you know what? I'm still gonna drop the message anyway. Drop what God has given to me. Anyway, tonight's message is the runner story, waiting on God. Once again, the runner story, waiting on God. Let me debunk two things before we get started. One, God helps those who help themselves. Wrong. It's funny how people always say that this is biblical and that's what the Bible says. The Bible does not say God helps those who help themselves. But the Bible does say, acknowledge God in all of our ways and He will direct our path. So, wrong. Number two, you gotta go out there and make it happen. Wrong. And this message right here, before I go further, this is for those who know that they're called by God and are selected for a specific purpose. You know who you are. I don't have to tell you. He has already told you Himself. Those who know that they're called by God, it tells us in Psalm, blessed are those who walk not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor stand in the way of sinners, nor sit in the seat of the scornful. Psalms 1:1. Out there to make it happen is not a godly term, because a lot of times, let me see, I was the king of going out there to make it happen. Because a lot of times I'll go out there to make it happen, I'll go out there to make big mistakes, okay? Big mistakes. If I can go back in time, I will go back and I will seek God more, and I will ask Him for more direction on how to do things. Wait for Him to tell me what to do, or wait for Him to open up the door, then go through that door. I would save myself a lot of heartbreak, a lot of disappointments, a lot of wasted money, so on and so forth. We're created for a purpose. Even those who don't believe in God, you were still created for a purpose too. And who is the better person to get advice from than the Creator Himself that created us? How could you know how to operate a machine if you don't have the manufacturer's specifications? Those who don't know that, that is like the car owner's manual, or any type of manual that's given to you to know how to operate the machine correctly without destroying it and allowing it to have its extensive use without breaking it. What am I trying to say? Now when we think about the runner, right? Picture the Olympics. Now all of the runners, let's take the relay runners, the sprinters, excuse me. The relay sprinters are at their starting points. Just think of it in your mind right now. All of the relay sprinters at the starting point. Now they're sitting there and they're in position. You'll kneel over, leg up, and they're in position to run. Now, the sprinter can only run or sprint after the gunshot goes off in the Olympics, giving the sprinters the cue that they can go. What happens if the sprinter takes off before the gunshot goes off? That's called a foul, or I think it's called a foul, I think something like that, or a misstart. There we go. It's called a misstart. And the more that I think the sprinter has 3 times to get it right. If he or she keeps on misstarting the race, eventually that sprinter will be disqualified. What does that say about us? Because the Bible does tell us to run this race by faith. So we are those sprinters in this life that we call living, as we were put on this earth to do. See, this brings me to the point on how we must wait on God. We were crafted for a purpose and a reason. We were crafted to perform to God's liking, because we are His instrument, not only to give Him the glory, but to lead others. in our lives. Our life is not our own, it's His. Let me make this clear. Even though our life is His, guess what? God is all about us too. So God is thinking about what's best for you. The reason why He's giving us direction on what we should be doing, because He's trying to give us the best way to have the more successful life. I like how the Bible does say life and death is in the power of the tongue, or is a good in a good way and a bad way to do it, but you choose good. He's giving you the answer. Choose the good way. What am I trying to say? When it comes to sprinting, we are in our sprinting phase. We cannot move until God gives us that direction to move. Because a lot of times the reason why God doesn't want us to sprint before it's time, because maybe the blessing that you prayed for, or the thing that you want, is not ready yet. Number one. Number two, maybe you're so in a rush to sprint into the things that you think is good for your life, and God sees the hidden traps behind it, so He doesn't want you to fall into an entrapment with the enemy, and then it will mess up your whole life. That's why He tells us to wait. And then number three, as sprinters, the reason why we are to wait is because if we go ahead of God and we try to sprint and run without the alarm or the cue of the gunshot, what happens is that when we get the success out of the situation, we tend to think that we were the ones to perform it. Even those who went out there and they got their success in areas of life, let me tell you something. They were given the permission by God to do it, okay? Either you do it His way, or even if you don't do it His way, the fact that you prosper in it, all good things come from Him. He has given you the leeway to do it. Now, that may have not been His plan for you, but He still have given you the leeway or the personal choice to do it. So just know that you're a sprinter, okay? And you're waiting at that starting line until God shoots that shot. And from there you will begin to run. Don't run ahead of God, because what's going to happen is you're going to disqualify yourself in the race of the blessings that He wants you to have. So just think of yourself as a sprinter. You got to stay at the line. Stay on cue. Just wait until He shoots that shot once again. And then from there you run. Just know at the end of the day to wait on God, because His ways for you is better and much greater, and it will have so many benefits to it if you would just wait on Him. All right, y'all. I hope that helps somebody, and I hope I said it how I was supposed to say it, God. But until then, I'm out of here.